Hey coaches, look, I'm obsessed with trying to find the pulse of what my client base is really struggling with. And would you like to hear what the number one complaint is after 300 market research, meetups, calls, and coffee dates over the last 2 years? Simple. Where do I find leads? Now, this is a huge topic, but I have boiled it down into 7 core ways in which you can facilitate or find or grow or chase or get leads in various ways. I'm going to jump into each and every one of these today, why they're good, why they're bad, where you should start, and I've tried to keep them in order in terms of complexity and results. I've used the vast majority of these myself to drastically increase my income over the last couple of years, and I've done it without spending a single dollar on paid advertising. As always, if you're ready to get into it, let's go. Now, before we get too deep into the methodology behind which leads, where, and how, I need to ask you a very specific question. Do you have a strong value proposition statement? What is a value proposition statement? It is, what do you do for people? When someone walks past you and they ask you what you do, or you meet them at a party, what is it you tell them? And if you don't have one, I'm going to give you a quick framework right now to figure one out, all right? I help the people I serve go from where they currently are, their existing current state, to their desired end state via X. Let's break it down. Who do I want to help? This could include the professions, the titles, the industries, the niches, the groups that you want to serve. The problem. What is their specific pain point they're struggling with? Life coaches. This is, I'm in a state of apathy and depression, or my relationship is terrible, or my energy is crap, or my sleep is just horrendous. I'm exhausted all the time. Career coaches. This is, I am stuck. I'm stuck in the same role. I'm stuck where I am. I'm stuck where I was. I feel like I can't move forwards. No matter what I do, I'm not getting that recognition. This is their current state, their baseline. This is where they are now. 2, the promise, the desired state, the promised land, their big dream. What do they want? Do they want the career, the life, the goal, the energy, the relationship, the partner, the holiday, the money, their business? What does it look like? What is that transformation, that hugely desirable outcome they want? Example, I help coaches shift from a state of struggling to get stable income to a place of multi-6-figure income working 4 days or less via my Abundant Coach Accelerator, right? The X now becomes whatever system, tool, methodology you choose to use. It's very simple. And if you don't have a system or a process or a methodology yet, that's fine. Via deep work, via deep coaching with me, via one-on-one engagements, via mentoring, via whatever thing you do with people, okay? So make sure you've got this locked in, because if you don't have this locked in, when you reach out to people, you have nothing to talk to them about. You have nothing to tell them or to share with them that might get their interest. This is a curiosity statement. People must find resonance in it. All right, you ready? Let's get into the fun stuff. First method, direct outreach. This is the scariest. It's the scariest. I know it's scariest. I hear all the fear in your head. I hear about being sleazy and slimy and salesy. Direct outreach just means reaching out to people you don't know. And yes, that's scary, but it doesn't have to be sleazy. It's not. It's an act of service. And I promise you this. If you are selling the cure for cancer, you are selling the greatest system that's ever lived, and no one knows who you are, you're out of business. It's a waste of time. You haven't served anyone. Your duty is to reach out to people and let them know who you are and what you do. And that's all it is. And you may find that 2 out of 10 of them have an adverse reaction. 2 out of 10 of them love you. And the rest don't, quite frankly, give a shit. But that's okay. That's okay, because you're not here for everyone. You're here to find the people you can serve powerfully, that resonate with you, that are a tight fit with you, that you can deliver massive transformation to. There is so many reframes and so much work on direct outreach. And I do a lot more of this in my one-on-one programs and in my group programs. I can't do it all here. I apologize, but I'm going to start by giving you some quick tips, right? We're going to use LinkedIn's search feature to identify specific prospects. If you are not on LinkedIn, I suggest you get on there because it has the most granular search function. It is great for direct outreach. Inbound is hit and miss. Outbound is fantastic. You don't need premium to do this. You can do it via search. There's plenty of YouTube tutorials. I would suggest drafting some short messaging, some short offer statements and Calendly links, call to actions, like a really concise message that sounds appealing to your ideal audience. And this is what you're going to reach out to people with once you've connected with them. You can reach out to those prospects, but be aware that you should be testing. And when I say testing, I mean you want to be sending 100 messages a week. I know that number's scary for a lot of you. There's times where I try and send 50 to 100 a day. But remember, we're working on a law of like 5% return. Your goal is simply to establish communication, establish a connection, and then nurture that with a relationship in the DMs, right? That's all direct outreach is for. You're not trying to close people immediately. It's just to build a relationship. So get the volume up. Try 100. Of that, you'll be able to say 20 worked, 30 didn't, 50 is a maybe. Go for the ones that worked, create more messages like that. Very simple. Market research messaging and calls. I started this video with that as a point. I do this constantly. Even though I have pretty good success so far, I still do this constantly. It's a constant part of my roster, and at least once a month, I'll put a couple of days aside to reach out to more people and have more market research calls. This is a form of outreach. It is a form of direct connection, and the majority of the time, people will then be interested in what you're offering because they feel vested in contributing to what that offer is. Again, we have whole programs around this. Offer audits, reviews, and micro sessions. Now, this is not the prosperous coach approach. You're not going deep and doing huge, deep work with them. You are going, okay, what is a small, single problem I can offer an audit for? I can do a business audit. I could do a life and energy audit. I could do a career audit. I could do a CV or resume audit. I could do an interview skill audit. These are all things you can offer people in outreach where they go, hey, I don't know you, but that sounds like a fun thing. Let's spend 15 minutes together. The key with direct outreach is volume and low friction. The less steps you can make them go through to get a result or to get an outcome, the better. They're going to love you for it. And trust me, you'll feel much better once you do a couple of hundred of these. I know the big scary is real at the start. After a couple of hundred, you're fine. It's rip the band-aid off. It's worth it. Method number 2. Now, I would actually argue that at the very top end, this is probably single-handedly the most high-value version of lead and client acquisition. And I would argue that because most of the biggest people you see on stage are the ones that convert at the highest ticket price, because stage speaking has a level of authority and trust just by virtue of you being on a stage that a lot of these other methods do not. You have to build them over time. That is instant. It is instantly powerful. If you are new to this or you're not new to this and you want to figure out how to get into this space, you can do it at a very low level. It can be free, it can be paid, all kinds of things. It's almost a career in and of itself, but it's a great way to supplement coaching income, and it's a great way to bring in coaching leads, doing both in-person speaking and remote speaking. And by that, I mean televised conferences, etc. You can use LinkedIn search features to search for and identify conference organizers, known event organizers or event managers. Those are great people to connect with in your area. You can draft a few session titles and descriptions, things about core talking points, core value points, and use that to position those people you reach out to, very much like your direct outreach messaging. You can begin reaching out to event organizers in your area that you might know. Talk to people you know that are actually attending conferences, attending events, and try and get in contact with the people that ran it, the people that organized it, the people that started it. Don't chase venues. Venues is a dead end. It is. Venues are always hired out to people. Find the people that are hiring them out, find their audience, and if the audience overlaps with who you want to serve, become their best friend. I like to use sites like Eventbrite. Eventbrite is fantastic to find local sessions or sessions in your area that you might be able to travel to. These are incredible because it allows you to look within niches and find hyper-specific events and conferences that are worth attending. Tap your network. Literally, reach out to everyone in your warm network. And by that, I mean people you've worked with before, friends, family. Be like, who do you know that's running events and organizing conferences and things now? Can I speak to them, please? And when you get to know them, you can then ask them if they're open to having you come and speak, or at least coming and observing for a while. Do not chase high-end speaking straight away. Observe many of them. This is a game in and of itself. You need keynotes, you need practice, you need all these kinds of stage speaking skills. But it is a massive lead driver. I know many coaches, and I've helped build some of their practices that only do this from stage. Tony Robbins is the greatest example. He only does this from stage. He will do a paid speaking presentation, which is essentially his entire conference, which sells you on the next conference, which sells you on the next conference. This is a very repeatable and very powerful model if this appeals in any way. Method 3 is referrals. Now, I'm going to be real with you. Most people will try and sell you on building referral-only businesses, and this is absolutely doable, but it is hard. It will take you at least 2 to 5 years to build up a business that brings in referrals consistently so that you can predict client flow. And even then, it is actually the least predictable. Do not believe the hype. Do not believe the marketing bullshit. You can do it. but it is a nightmare for stability and growth and scale. Is it easy? Yeah, but we're not here for easy. We can do hard, right? Now, my tips for doing this, my top tips: make a list of your past clients that you could ask for referrals. I mean, right back to day zero. Write a list of all of them and reach out to all of them. Engage curiosity. Where are you? How are you going? What has happened before? This is twofold, right? First of all, you can ask them where they're at and see if your now evolved coaching practice could serve them for a different set of goals, a different set of skills, or whether they'd like to re-engage. Alternatively, you can ask them if they know anyone that might benefit from the same kind of work you did together. A great lead in for this that I like to offer is, hey, I loved working with you. I'd love to hear where you're at, what you're up to. How did you feel about our time together? And once they tell you about that and they feel open about it, you go, look, would you be open to sharing the details of anyone who could potentially be interested in what we do? Or you could be more direct. Do you know anyone that would benefit from this? It's important to re-engage their feeling of gratitude when they worked with you. It doesn't matter what you did with them. If you delivered them a result, they have a feeling of gratitude, and you should bank on that. You can reach out to those who might introduce you to people in their circles. You don't have to be connected. They don't have to be ex-clients. They could just be co-workers. You know what I do now. Do you know anyone struggling with this? Talk in symptoms when you're using this method. Right? Hey, do you know anyone that's burnt out right now? Do you know anyone that's really apathetic? Do you know anyone that looks tired at work? Do you know anyone that has been stuck for a long time but deserves more, but for some reason isn't taking the leap? I'm looking at you, career coaches. You could try building, and I love this one, a referral and retention program into your offers and your systems and your programs. I offer a healthy referral fee. Why not? It's essentially free, well, not free advertising, but it's well-paid advertising that is absolutely more impactful than general advertising. When you're running a serious business, you will pay for advertising one way or another in time and money and energy. So you might as well get in front of it and offer an incentive to the people that already love you to find other people that might already love you. It's just so much easier. Pay them. Don't be stingy. Now, method 4. This is when I snoozed on a lot. That absolutely kick-started my business coaching practice. As a life coach and a career coach, I found it easy to find clients. As a business coach, I actually found it harder because I had to position myself in a way that served specific types of businesses. I had to niche the niche. I found networking events to be the golden goose in this space. I went to things like BNI or Entrepreneurs, well, E0 for those of you that are aware of it, but essentially business meetup groups in which all of the local businesses, tradesmen, service businesses, product businesses, retailers, they all met up. All these small business owners met up in a single place, and they shared their issues, and they shared what they do, and they shared contacts, and it was a great place for finding pre-primed clients. Now, there is always meetup groups in the area. There's a couple of call outs I'd make here though. Review upcoming networking events and prepare for them, right? Come with a pitch, keep it concise, maybe reach out to a few of the people you think might be attending. If you can find them online, on LinkedIn, whatever, start building those relationships. It'll make you seem all the more credible when you're there. Sign up for industry events, get on newsletters, get on feeds, get on the radar of people who are movers and shakers in your industry, just so that they can keep you appraised of when these big events are happening, and you can make time to show up and you can get spots to have a chat and talk to people. A lot of this is done after those spots. Sit with people, network with them, be curious, engage in where they're at, and they will naturally ask you, because of the fact that you're at an event to do this, what you do, who you are, and how you can help. And the third one, create or host your own meetups. And I love this one because I worked with an amazing communication coach once named Rachel, and she hated the idea of doing remote work. She loved the intimacy and the bond of working with clients one-on-one and meeting them one-on-one. So what she did, she created a dating and meetup group for immigrants. It was an extremely niche, extremely specific group, and it exploded. And because she had control of this group, she could dictate what happened. But more importantly, she could proactively offer her own skills in an environment of a captive audience. And people loved it. It increased connection with all of the people that were talking. It wasn't the same cliche bullshit. She could control it and make it as fun and interactive as she possibly could. It was a fantastic model. It's not for everyone. If it sounds like it's something you're interested in, absolutely give it a shot. Start small, keep growing it. It is hugely rewarding. Method number 5, writing. Arguably the most used tool anywhere ever for finding clients. Now, everything on this list should be daily. The rest are relatively infrequent, monthly, quarterly, those kinds of things. This is a daily list. You must go through each of these daily if you are set about growing a brand or a presence on any social media. Now, I know we're all tired of the social media grind and hustle, but the reason I put this back in here is two key things. The first thing is consistency of writing improves consistency of communication. It forces you to think through your ideas and express and explain them in a way that is hugely powerful. This is a skill that pays dividends for coaches. The second reason this is so insanely powerful is you must build an email list. I snoozed on this. Please don't snooze on it. I brought into all the bullshit hype. Oh, it's dead. It's not fucking dead. Believe me. Build an email list as fast as humanly possible. Even if that list is only 10 people, start collecting emails. Everyone you talk to, everyone you serve, everyone you want to sign up onto some kind of thing in the future. Hey, can I put you on my emailing list? I'm not going to spam you. It's going to be all good, I promise. It will pay you insane amounts over time. Get building as fast as humanly possible. Method number 6. This is fantastic. Video is the unsung hero of the current age. We are in a recession of trust and we are in a recession of attention span. Video is the thing that captivates everyone. It always pays to invest in video. It is extremely high leverage. It's perhaps the highest leverage of this entire list. Record short form videos, reels, shorts, TikToks if that's your personal flavor. These can be used on multiple platforms. They can be used in mailing lists. They can be used in newsletters. They can be used in trainings. They can be used everywhere. It's insanely high leverage. Create personalized outreach videos. I do this all the time on LinkedIn. I'll record a video for someone, an audio message or a video message that speaks to the person individually, because nothing makes people feel as seen as being able to actually see you. It sounds weird, I know, but video is disproportionately more engaging because of the way our brain interacts with seeing people's faces. Host live Q&A sessions on any social platform you prefer. Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn Lives are really good for this. I like Q&A because it's more of a live fire environment and it keeps engagement really, really high. Huge trust builder. You can include video testimonials or case studies. These are hugely, hugely powerful. Written ones don't hit as well. You can go for a long format one, but it's so tiresome. Who has that time? Create crafted video testimonials and video case studies of the journey of your client base. It is absolutely worth it. People love it. Tease upcoming webinars, workshops, events with short video invitations. Again, go back to LinkedIn, go back to Instagram, and actually find a dozen people that you want to come and be like, hey, Dave, I really think my workshop on would really help with your goal of X. And this is the reason why. And from what I've seen of your content, I think you'll be really interested in these 3 points that I'm going to cover. And for that reason, I'm extending you a personal invitation. It is hugely powerful. People have forgotten what it's like to feel valued. And people feel very valued when you show even a moderate amount of effort. That's a 20-second job, guys. It is huge. And the last one is record a VSL. If you buy into any of the online marketing hype or online marketing gurus, this is where it's at. Create a large VSL, funnel people to a landing page, and people will go through and naturally become more engaged with who you are and reach out. I actually like this. I have a few VSLs. They're good to play with and test. I actually find that they work much better once you've nurtured a real relationship, but go for gold. This is absolutely a great way to grow and get more leads in the door. And now this next one is so important, I felt I had to warrant a whole costume change, and it's definitely not because I spilled coffee all over myself in between takes. Take my word for it, I'm a professional. The next one is so important for so many reasons. I love this model. I love this modality for new coaches, especially. It's something I use to get started. It can be used in person. It can be used online. It can be used in recorded capacity. It's fantastic. And until you've tried it, I guarantee you don't know how powerful it is. It is the fastest way to build trust. It is the fastest way to build authority. And it's the fastest way to convey authenticity and expertise. That method is the workshop. Let me show you. So, workshops, my absolute favorite, the king of kings, the queen of queens, whatever suits you. This is the absolute best way to get leads fast. I've tried every other method of these. I've worked with everyone who's tried every other method of these, and they are a game of exposure and time. This is the fastest way to get leads at all. Have a workshop. A webinar and a workshop are not the same thing. Make sure you don't fall into this trap. A webinar is almost like a glorified sales pitch. It gives people a lot of the what, right? It tells them about what it is and why it's beneficial and all these kinds of good things, and it's designed to move you forwards in a sales conversation. And it is fantastic to do that. The thing I find disproportionately powerful, especially for newer coaches or even embedded ones that are struggling a bit with leads, because it happens, guys. workshops. And the workshop difference, the master stroke that is the workshop format, is that you are actually solving a problem for them then and there. Nothing else builds authority and trust like that. Pick one big problem that your clients are facing, work them through that, and they will love you forever. They get a first-hand experience of what it's like to work with you. They walk away on a high with a win. I have yet to see a well-delivered workshop not produce at least one high-ticket client. In my programs, I help people build these from the ground up. We figure out what would resonate, how to deliver it, what the messaging is, how we can turn it into an evergreen workshop, i.e. run it every week or month or whatever that looks like to find more clients, while the trust and authority builds in the rest of the spaces. Do not sleep on these. Please do not sleep on these. And I would love to give you so much information here. I kind of get all nerdy fanboy about it, but I have a separate video that will deal with every aspect of this. So go along and check that one out as well, all right? I go really, really deep on how to do this from the ground up. A couple of quick call outs for a workshop, all right? Just before we go. Pick a single problem. You're going to feel like you need to boil the ocean. Do not. Simplicity sells, simplicity scales. Always, always at the end, drive them to a call to action or a next step. Hey, you've done this, and now here are the next big problems in your business, in your life, in your career, and whatever it looks like for you. This is how you work with me. This is the next step here. Let's jump on a call. Let's jump on an email funnel. Let's fill in a registration form, whatever that looks like. Always include that CTA. And by that stage, you've actually helped people a lot, so it doesn't feel all gross and weird to ask. And the third and final point is I get a lot of resistance from this. What if no one shows up? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Do you know why? Because you record yourself filming the workshop. You deliver that workshop. You deliver it powerfully. And then you cut it up into all the content and lead formats that we just spoke about. It's a win-win. People show up, you find clients. People don't show up, you get free content, you save yourself a shit ton of time. Now, it doesn't matter how many leads you get if you can't close them consistently. You'll find that you're hemorrhaging money if you get them on a sales call and you don't know how to close them and turn them into clients. And if you're after that missing piece of the puzzle, jump into the next video up here where I go deep on what my scripts look like, the structure, the reasoning, the objections, all of it. I teach you the step-by-step scripting to get you the results you want without feeling gross, without feeling salesy, without feeling pushy. And I'm giving it all away for free in this video. So head on over and I'll see you there.